morning. Welcome to your Monday morning yoga minutes. I'm Audra Monk and I teach at Mountain Spirit Yoga in Middletown, Maryland, and I would love for you to join me or the other teachers there. And just for fun, we are letting you know that we're celebrating our 10th year of sharing yoga in Frederick County, Maryland. So come on, see us. Check our website out. We have lots of events and even special pricing through March 4th. Okay, so let's get started. Today we're going to gradually work our way up to extended side angles. So you might want to do some more warm-up. Maybe hit pause or watch the video, do a little warm-up, and then come back and do it again. But if we're ready to go, we're going to come to hands and knees. Oh, and yes, please have 2 blocks with you. And if you don't have blocks, get some books or get, something that you could press your hand into strongly, because we're going to use that to really ground our pose today. All right, so let's come to hands and knees. Take your time. If you do need padding for your knees, go ahead and put it there. We're going to get the knees under the hips and the hands under the shoulders. We'll spread the fingers nice and wide. Pull the belly in, and for a moment we'll leave the table strong and steady. All right, and then when you're ready, some cat and cow pose. On your exhale, tuck and round. On your inhale, arch and sway. And travel this a few times. And then let's make it a little bigger. When we take our cat pose, let's come on back to child's pose. As we come out of child's pose, let the heart lead us forward across the mat and lift and scoop. So just back and forth. If you need to stay in a pose, an extra breath, feel free to do that. Good. Let's go one more set. And then we'll pause in child's pose when we get there. Take your time, get there, and then stretch your arms way, way far for extended child's pose. Your head might stay up or your head might come down. And just take a moment to breathe here. All right, from this extended child's pose, we're going to make our way to downward facing dog. So stretch the fingers wide, hands are shoulder distance apart. Shift the weight forward, tuck your toes, and slide your hips back. Good, and then walk your dog a little. So think of this like your dog, or like my little dog here. That you move the legs, that you wag the tail. You can wiggle in the shoulders a little. Good, and then settle in for a moment. So, maybe bend the knees. Let the heels reach towards the floor. Hi, puppy. Good, take a few breaths here. Which is difficult if you have a little furry face in your face. Ah, there we go. And then carefully walk your hands and feet towards each other. Bend the knees. Come on in. Nice, very bent knee forward fold. Maybe shake your head yes and no. And then we'll bring the elbows up to the thighs. Lengthen the spine, lift the head, and maybe take the legs a little straighter for a moment. And then bend the knees a lot. Sweep the arms out and around. Come all the way up to standing. And bring the hands to your heart. Excellent. All right. So we're going to stand really wide on our mat, just like I have my mat here. And have your blocks one on each side. We'll use those in a moment. So first, not your widest stance. Something kind of medium. Let your toes turn out. Let your heels come in. And give a little check. Can you comfortably bend your knees here? All right. So let's warm up the legs a little bit more. We're going to inhale. Arms come up. On our exhale, the elbows come down as we bend into this squat, elbows close into the ribs. And we repeat, inhale up and exhale down. Okay, we're going to change it a little bit. Let's add a forward fold. So on the exhale, bend, and you might bring the elbows to the thighs as the head comes low, or you might bring the hands towards the earth. Inhale, sweep it all the way up and around. Good. Exhale down, knees go wide. Let's go one more time. Good. And then let the hands come on down to the heart. Beautiful. All right, step your legs maybe even wider. So we're going to take this extended angle pose twice. And I would like you to think of this first one as just setting everything up. We're going to keep it smaller. We're going to keep it safe. We're going to keep it very grounded. So turn one set of toes to a side. It doesn't matter which way you go. Turn your heel back behind you. All right, put your, whatever your back leg is, put that hand on your hip. Then we're gonna bend into the front knee, bend in and lightly set this elbow down. Okay, so the work is we wanna take our hips with us. There we go, so there's a lot of work in both legs. You could stay right here. You could take this arm straight up towards the sky, or you could turn that palm and reach the arm over. Good, so we'll breathe here a moment. Both legs really strong, the belly is in. We are definitely working. Good, and then let's come all the way out and up. Turn the toes. So we're gonna go the other way. So put the hand on the hip of the back leg. Back leg is strong, heel is pretty much last. Bend into the front knee. Bend in, place the elbow there. Keep the chest open, sink the hips with you. Good, so find that base, strong in both legs, hips sinking in, heart and chest open to the front. You can keep your back hand on your hip. You can bring your arm straight up towards the sky, or turn that palm and reach that arm over, creating that one long line from the hand to the heel. And we breathe here. So, less of a pose maybe, but really a beautiful pose, really strong, really grounded, and it's wonderful if this is where your pose is. It's also wonderful if this hand is on the hip. We got to do what we got to do. All right, let's come on out, nice and easy. All right, we're turning the feet, so we might repeat that same pose, and that would be wonderful, or we might use our blocks. So as we sink in, your toes are pointed to the side. Bend the knee, take your hips with you. Sink in, you can stop right here, hand on the elbow on the thigh again. Actually, it's my favorite expression of the pose. Or maybe put that block there and really ground in. And you could put this block high. You could even stack an extra block underneath it and get it up a little bit higher. So wherever it is, really press your hand into it. And if you've been practicing a long time and this is your favorite pose and you want to put your hand on the floor, do it, but press into your hand to engage and open the chest. All right, you can keep this hand on the hip. It can go up towards the sky, or we can turn and take it over. There we go, one beautiful angle. So we breathe here, pressing into the feet, pressing into the hand. Good. Let's bring the arm down, move the block, come on up. All right, let's go to that second side. Turn the toes forward, heel is last. Hand can stay on the hip to start. Here we go, bend into the knee. Take your hips with you. Have your block close by. And if you only have one block, just pull it over here to the side. All right, so you might keep the elbow on the thigh. You might use that block high or low. Really press into it. And you can also press your knee and your arm together. Creates a little dynamic there. All right, so we sunk in. You can keep the hand on the hip. You can go up towards the sky, or turn and bring it overhead. Beautiful, and squeeze everything. Both legs are working. The belly's in, the heart is open. Good, maybe we look up towards the elbow. We're breathing. All right, let's bring the arm in. Come all the way up to standing. Good, turn all the toes towards me. We're gonna take a little release in a wide angle forward fold. So hands on the hips, shoulders down and back, belly's in, heart comes forward. Here we go. Slide the hands down the legs. You can stop anywhere there. You could put your block in the front if that's the right spot for you. If you can come deeper and that's what works for you, come on in. Let those hamstrings stretch and lengthen. Give a squeeze to the thighs and you might deepen the pose. Take a couple breaths here. And then bend the knees, lift up, get those hands up on the thighs, get the elbows there, maybe tuck your heels in, and then let's come all the way up. Arms out and around if you like. Gently bring the hands to the heart. Good, let's step the feet in. Take your time, come on in, find Tadasana. We'll end with mountain pose. So feet nice and steady and even on the earth. The belly's in, the shoulders are down and back. We're as tall as we can be today. Eyes are soft or gently closed. Let's take an inhale, sweep the arms out and around. And then gently bring the hands to the heart. Pause here. let the eyes gently open, and there we go. Thank you for spending a few yoga minutes with me today, or whatever day you find this video. Thank you, and namaste.